Maybe if you can share, I don't know, an example or just kind of something for us to note. How does childhood trauma sometimes show up in adulthood? Again, on this note, when we're talking about relationships and boundaries, like you said, sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it, right?
Yeah, so I think most commonly it's typically somebody who's had a parent who's pretty emotionally immature, so they don't have a good handle on their own emotional regulation, or they're not very insightful or self-aware. And so, this could be anger outbursts, for example. So, or a lot of like volatility. So, if somebody grew up with, let's say, a dad who would come home from work and was just stressed and patience has worn thin and the kids are being crazy and running around and he, has an anger outburst and lashes out. A lot of times kids will go into this fawning or people pleasing mode just to sort of get that sense of safety and stability back in the family unit. So they might go up to dad and try to make him laugh or bring him something, bring him a drink or a snack or something
Mm.
to try to help regulate his emotions for him. And so then that we bring that into our adult relationships too. And so these people will often find themselves in a relationship with a partner who's very similar to that parent, where maybe there's some emotional volatility or they are very selfish and kind of prioritize their needs and don't really consider the other person's needs. And so this person will sort of carry that operating system into these relationship dynamics in adulthood as well.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Is there some truth to that, in your opinion, where people will kind of end up like, or not end up, they will end up with someone that's like one of their parents?
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. Like, you marry someone that's like your mom, or marry someone that's like your dad. What is that?
Yeah. So again, that's our subconscious at work. So a lot of times we'll choose a partner that is similar in ways, not necessarily, sometimes it's personality, but it doesn't have to be. More similar in the sense of like of the familiarity of it and what we feel internally when we're in that relationship dynamic. So oftentimes it mimics the parent with whom we've had more of a strained relationship with, because there's a part of us that almost wants like a redo. We want to kind of that parent child relationship through our adult relationship, but that never ends up well. So this is where you're going to find a lot of like anxious attachment patterns or avoidant attachment patterns. And typically, that makes for either an unhealthy relationship or a relationship that ends at some point.